What's going on, man? We're back. It's been like a week and a day since I've last uploaded. Cause I got some fucking recordings recorded, some audio recorded, but I don't I kind of been having this little like perfectionist mentality. Like I'm like, are these good enough? I don't know. I re-recorded a few of them like fucking 4 times and just like whatever. But anyway, the topic of this video, you can see by the title and shit, is just regrets. Having regrets, bro. I don't have too many, and that's obviously what I want to get into. I only have one, but I do want to say, don't go throughout your life regretting shit, especially little shit. Because, during the COVID times, there was a lot of, money going out, like stimuluses and shit, and people taking advantage of business loans and shit like that. And there was a lot of people taking advantage of a lot of those. And, the stimulus stuff was, just general American stuff. It wasn't something you needed a business or anything for. And I got $1,200. We got, 3 of them, I think. I was like, ooh, we're getting $1,200. I was like 19, 20 at the time. Nowhere near the mindset I have now. I'm still, evolving, if you want to call it that. But nowhere near the mindset I have now. But back then, I'm $1,200, man, yada, yada, yada. I was unemployed at the time. I had nothing going on. No car, no job, no money, no nothing. So these stimulus payments were just like, okay, cool. I could have went. I didn't have a license either at the time, but where I'm at in Arizona, you don't need a license. It's not required by law to have a license to purchase a vehicle. So I was just like going to dealerships and stuff. I had a scooter. I was riding to dealerships, seeing if I could put $1,200 down on a car. And I don't know, there was variables in the way stopping me, and I guess I just wasn't persevering enough to kind of just like fight through it and find other places to get me a car, or like try to find like a private car or something. I don't know. There was just a lot of shit I wasn't aware of that I'm aware of now. But anyway, my point is, you can look at something like that and be like, damn, I had the little stimulus money and I didn't put it down on a car and blah, 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 blah. I regret it. It's like, yeah, you can regret stuff like that, or you can regret like real shit. So for instance, this isn't going to be a long video either. This is kind of just like some food for thought. So for instance, man, 2019 was supposed to be the year I graduated high school. Supposed to be, and I didn't. It's one thing that I still kind of hold to myself. I don't think my cousins, like people close to me, there's not very many, but like people close to me, like I know they graduated. I know people, if somebody's graduated, I know they did. There's people I went to school with that I'm kind of cool with. I'm not like every day like, oh, what's up, bro, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm cool with them from time to time, whatever. They graduated. Everybody that I know graduated. I didn't. I was just a terrible student. I just wasn't an overachiever. I was just kind of like doing the bare minimum. I was just kind of like, oh, it's an 85 to pass. I'll just try to strive for like an 86. I'll just barely pass. It's whatever. And then when you don't even do that, you're like, oh, I'm gonna just go for 87. Then you end up getting like a 78, and you're like, damn. Go for the 100, bro. Go for the 100. And if you get a 90, you'll still pass. Instead of being like, I'm gonna go for 86 and then get a 75 or 78, you'd be like, damn, shit. So it didn't really get real until sophomore year. Like I was kind of coasting through. I was kind of, promoting to every grade, just kind of just getting by. And then once it was time to get into like senior year and like towards the end of junior year, it was kind of getting serious. I needed more credits. I wasn't really serious about it. I don't know. It was just kind of weird. I wasn't really motivated or driven to do it. It wasn't for any particular reason. I don't know. It just wasn't a desire of mine, which is weird. It wasn't a desire to graduate. It was, but it wasn't, I don't know how to explain it. It just wasn't, I didn't have like the grit to try to like study and like get through the grades and like get good grades and stuff. It was one of those things like, I want the success, I want the good grades, and I want to graduate, but it's like, I'm just not persevering enough to do the work. I'm not driven enough to do this work. So it's like, it's not really an excuse. that I'm trying to make. It's just me trying to make sense of why I didn't do it. But anyway, so the whole regret thing, bro. One thing I do regret is not graduating, and it's not even because of me. It's not for me. It's not because I want the diploma or I want that title of being able to say, or the ability to be able to say, yeah, I graduated. I don't care about that. It's because there was somebody that wanted to see me graduate that is no longer here, and that's my father. He wanted to see me graduate. I don't really think he expressed too much that he wanted me to, if that makes sense. But I know he wanted to see me graduate, if that makes sense. And I didn't. And what's crazy is I would have graduated in 2019, right? When's the end of school? Like April, March, where I'm in, America, where I'm at. Usually the end of school is like March, April, kind of. And I would have graduated in March/April of 2019, and I didn't. I went to a credit recovery school at a point, and I didn't take that serious either. I kind of just coasted, floated around, still kind of had the same syndrome I had when I was in high school, official high school, and not a credit recovery school. I was just kind of doing whatever. And it wasn't for any particular reason. I wasn't a rebellious kid. I wasn't, trying to be class clown and just be the cool kid. Like I literally just didn't have any work ethic. There it is. I didn't have any work ethic. And it's still something I am feeling the effects of to this day. I can work. I do work, but it's like it would have meant more if I had the work ethic when it mattered. It always is going to matter from this point on, but anyway, I would have graduated in 2019. I'm going to just say May for consistency. Or no. Yeah, May. Actually, May. It would have been May. I would have graduated in May of 2019. And my dad passed in October of 2019. So 6 months after I would have graduated. He would have been able to see me graduate and everything. And he didn't because of my lack of work ethic. And that's the only thing I will ever regret in life. I don't really have too many regrets. I don't have any other than that. But it's not that I let the regret weigh me down. I was washing dishes when I thought of this. I wasn't thinking about this at all, and it kind of just popped in my head. I was like thinking about high school and stuff, and then it kind of segued into that, and I'm like, damn, that's actually crazy. I never really thought of it or conceptualized it that way. Contextualized it, I don't know. I never really thought of it that way. I was like, damn, I would have graduated in May of 2019, and then my dad ended up passing in October of 2019. So it's like, that is actually a crazy ass thought to have. So it's because like I've always had that thought, like I wish I would have finished high school, not for me, but for that reason, because he would have seen me graduate, and it would have been something at least he could have been proud to being able to say that I did, but I didn't really do shit. So, and I don't really let it weigh me down. Like I said, I was just thinking about it after washing dishes, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. It's not something I'm gonna let weigh me down because I can only move forward, but it's just some food for thought for people who might be letting something that they regret weigh them down. All you really can do is kind of just think on it, reflect on it, and just make better decisions moving forward, which is what I'm gonna do. Just make better decisions moving forward. There's nothing you can really do about the past, But think about it. That's the only thing you can do about the past is think about it. You can't change it. You can't Barry Allen and go back into Flashpoint or whatever and change the events that you did. It'd be cool, I guess, but it's not something you should beat yourself up over. I don't really beat myself up over it. Like, maybe a year after I thought of it, and it kind of, like, messed me up a little bit. But now it's one of those things, like, damn, that sucks. All I can do is move on and not really... I have to make conscious decisions and make sure I'm doing things that aren't going to subject me to thinking about regretting things like that anymore. Like major events, like doing things that there's going to be things that I'm going to do. There's going to be mistakes made, of course. Like, because there's we make mistakes every day. We make mistakes every week, right? There's things I did when I worked at Target that I'm like, damn, I made a mistake. I wish I wouldn't have done that. But it's like, it's nowhere near. It doesn't have the same gravity as not graduating high school, because my dad wanted to see me graduate high school, and then I didn't end up amounting to anything to him. I don't think he was disappointed after it all said and done. Like, he wasn't the type to show, he wasn't the type to like be like harsh like that, you know. But it would have been something it would have been something that would have been cool to do, and to kind of have that, like, you know, to have that moment. Because I found my graduation on YouTube, like my school's graduation, the class that I would have been in, and I seen all the people that I knew in high school walking, having their name announced, getting their diplomas handed to them. And it's not even that moment that I wanted. It's just, like I said, the fact that I would have had my dad there and he would have seen it. And that's it. That's the only thing. And you can have regrets. Like, you can have regrets and be like, damn, that would have been cool. Like how this video was kind of based around. But just don't let those define you, you know? Don't let your regrets define you. Don't let your regrets define you is what I mean to say. And I think that's going to be the title of this one. I didn't have a title. I didn't know what I was going to title it, but I think that's what I'm going to title it, just to kind of get the point across. Do not let your regrets define who you are, because they are not who you are. Whatever you did or didn't do is not you. They might have some kind of influence on where you're at, but they are not who you are. Those do not make you. Me not finishing high school and making somebody proud that would have been worth making proud is not me. It's not my identity. If it was, then I'd probably just be like moping around all day. Like, I don't get up and mope around about it all day, every day, you know. I kind of just get up and try to make better decisions tomorrow than I did whenever I didn't make a good decision, you know. Mistakes or regrets do not define you. Do not let them define you. Yeah, man. 13 minutes. I do consider that to be kind of a long video. I said it wasn't going to be a long video, but it is what it is. I think it's an important topic to talk about, and it's a good topic to come back to after not uploading for as long as I uploaded, because I do want to be consistent with this. That's another thing I do struggle with. Consistency, work ethic, what else, man? There are things, but ultimately, like I said, do not let your mistakes or your regrets define who you are, because they do not define who you are. They're simply a part of your journey. So, with that being said, man, I'm going to go on ahead and get out of here. It's been real.